My name is Aaron Romeo Moon Burke. We are here with Sarah Berserker Prime Bloy.
Hello.
And Randy Ranson McCulloch.
Yo.
And we are here in Bree on the Landroval server in Lord of the Rings Online. We're here to run through some of the holiday content, some of the winter festival stuff here. And I think, though, first Sarah's going to take us on a tour of Bree.
They just changed everything, at least the architecture, right? Anyway. This is the first time I've logged in a while. I think possibly since a week or so after the last time we did Lotro. And I don't recognize anything.
Yeah. Actually, a good portion of the map is pretty much the same. If you actually just pull up the map real quick, you'll see that it's basically the same. Most of the big landmarks are in the same places. There's a lot of like new little passages and ways to get from place to place. There's a lot of little cubby holes where you can do RPing, which is a big deal on the Landroval server since that's the RP encouraged server. But most of the major landmarks are in basically the same place. We are at the Westgate stables right now, which, if you want to go ahead and follow... Actually, I'm going to get off my horse for the moment.
Yeah, I kind of got off of mine when I came into town and saw y'all.
Which, the West Bree stables, they've actually expanded. There's like a bunch
looks
of
like it.
And stuff over here. Which is pretty cool, because now they look a little bit more like, stables.
Instead of just horse stalls.
Yeah.
That's all they used to be, is basically the front end of the stables here where we started used to be about the extent of the stables.
Yeah. And they've added these little graphical interesting things. There's puddles everywhere, which is kind of fun because they reflect the sky. So when it's night, when it's game server time night, it's actually pretty cool because they reflect all the stars and stuff.
Yeah, they don't leave little ripples though, as far as I can see.
Yeah. It might depend on where you've got your graphics card, where you've got the graphics level set.
Oh yeah.
And new little door over here to go into. Doo-doo-doo. As you see, it leads to the Breetown Vault.
Oh, okay, that's a change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
you used to have to go halfway down the way to get to the vault.
Yeah, that door is still there, but they've basically just added another door, and it's going to take me forever to load. Oh, there we go. And as you see, you come in behind them.
Oh,
Then you go back out over here, and it's still, the rest of the building is still the same. Another thing that they've added, which is nice, is an auctioneer right here in the vault.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that is awesome.
Yeah, it is really, really nice and convenient. But if you go out the old door...
Mailbox, too, so I don't have to go to the far south side of town when I'm doing my buying and selling out of my vault. I can do all of my transaction right here.
And this is still the old door, which for some reason, if you notice around the edges, everything is kind of floating in the air. For some reason, the old porch of the vault has somehow been moved down. I don't really know why that is.
Oh, where is this? I'm sorry?
If you go out the old door.
This door.
There he is. See, you kind of fell when you came out there. It was kind of funny. So, and another thing they've got is some of the town guards.
Oh, I see. The door, the image icon for the door is slightly too high on the map.
Yeah, as are all the benches along the edges.
Yeah, it looks like when they reimage the town, they reimage this texture level lower than it's supposed to be.
Right, and that almost
if you look back here, you'll notice the stairs coming up go higher than the floor.
Right, yeah.
That's a problem with this floor, not with the door.
Right, exactly.
So that's probably fixed in a later patch, at least.
Right.
Okay.
So the vault got a nice little upgrade there, and then you've got. Originally, they had these little mannequins just kind of sitting out in the street, and they're basically ads for their store. But now they've actually got, a little vendor out here that's as if they're selling those cosmetic clothing, which is kind of cool. So, go on over this way.
Dun, 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 dun.
And they moved Thomas Thistlewool. He's a little bit back in the corner now where it makes a little more sense. And
yeah, he's not out in the middle of the street anymore.
The weapons and armor shop has moved a little bit. And actually, let's pop in there real quick, because as I recall, This is one of the places where they put an RP cubby hole. Doo-doo-doo. See, they've got a nice little table and some little couches and stuff, so you can just kind of stop in there, and there's just sort of a front room that you can RP in, and then you've still got all the
vendors,
armor vendors back here.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, the upstairs, which was, I think, there in the original, too.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
this
part
is still pretty cool up here. I
But
love
they
all the low nooks and crannies. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, they basically added that front room, which was pretty cool. And the taxidermist is up there. Taxidermist is basically the same.
Yeah, I was going to say that's always been there.
Yep. And just here's a little random passage back to these ruins, the old stone ruins back here.
Yeah. This has always been here. It just
it was always
a little harder to find before.
Yeah, this has always been here.
I know, because I remember collecting this.
Right, yeah, the little relief that's back there.
Yeah.
Just keep on heading down the main drag.
Oh, hang on. You're, like, way ahead of us now.
Oh, sorry. Doo-doo.
It's okay, we just got a picture of
We
the
all
relief.
jumped up onto the ruins and got up there by the plaque. Alright. And do remember, you are leading a dwarf and a hobbit.
Short people.
Tall people, wait for the short
people, yes. So then you got down here, there's just some more like little NPCs just making the town seem more populated, which is kind of nice, because Bree always was supposed to be more populated than they had really shown it before, and they've just got a lot of like new landscaping. There's a nice little garden over here. That's not really a door that leads anywhere, it's just landscape. And they all have yards, and they've added all these hedges. And this random dwarf with beer.
Remember the hedgerow.
Yeah. There's a random dwarf with beer. He's part of the Winter Festival.
Oh, Ale Association. Got it.
Yep. And you go down here. And you're coming back down into the Mud Gate and Beggar's Alley.
Yeah, be careful not to get jumped.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys are lobies. You'd get jumped by that one guy. But, the campfire is still there, so that's, other than that...
there's kids playing.
Yeah, they've got some kids playing, just sort of making the town seem more populated again.
That's
and
actually,
some people camping out back here, and...
There always was a small amount of people camping out in Beggar's Row, but they've added a little more space, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
There's supposed to be somebody that jumped us? What? Huh?
Yeah, well, I think there's part of a quest line where you get, I think it's part of the tour of Bree or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that, and I beat the crap out of them.
Yep, you're supposed to.
They would still respawn afterwards, too, so you can keep fighting.
And then,
yeah, but I don't think they were hostile.
Yeah,
something I haven't figured anything out about yet is this back here. You've got these gates that are blocked by dwarves, and it seems like it's just landscaping, but seems like there's something back there, and I'm wondering if that's something that will open up later, once they've got it more developed or something.
It's possible. It's possible they have an idea.
Yeah.
But
there's a couple places over this way.
And we got the Mandrake shop.
Yep, and that's part of a quest line, too.
I remember that quest line.
Turtles!
That's an interesting quest line.
Yeah. It's part of the posted bill quest line.
I love how you can only see the tops of people's names when they run behind the bush when they're a dwarf or a hobbit.
And you go over here, and you've got, another set of those gates that are blocked by dwarves. I have no idea what's going on with it. And then you've got the garden, Jasmine's Garden over here, which, again, has townsfolk in it, which is nice because, again, it was a nice little cubby hole that should have been populated and wasn't. And you've got another Ale Association guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so part of the quest is to run around and get Blotto, huh?
Yeah, both the Ale Association and the In League quests. The initiation quest is to basically run from place to place and get just totally high on sauce.
You get completely hammered.
Yeah.
I remember doing the one in the Shire. for the Halloween event.
And just like a bunch of little just corners and stuff that you can kind of go in. Oh, the town hall actually got a pretty good revamp. So let's pop in there real quick.
Wow, it looks very different from the outside.
Yeah. The entire map for the interior of the Bree Town Hall is completely different.
Well, this is...
Yes, but now is it bigger on the inside?
It's got several different levels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this little space in here, the RP possibilities are huge. Because you can have somebody up on the stage, like, lecturing or something.
Tease them.
It makes me wonder if they've got a new area designer software.
And you can go upstairs, and there's just, you know, a little barracks kind of a thing. And downstairs. And look, there's more upstairs still.
Yeah, I was up there already.
Yeah.
I remember some of this area, because there used to be like a jail and everything over here.
Yeah.
The jail's a different area.
Yeah, the jail's a different area, which they've also revamped, and I will show you that too, because that's pretty cool.
Okay.
But, you know, the place got the revamp, and the RPers just rejoiced because there were so many more possibilities for stuff we can do in Bree now.
And the trolls therefore make sure that there's always one locked in every major location.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because they're trolls.
Oh, there's a guard on top of the roof there.
Wait, what?
Do you see that? Up on that tower? They was walking through the sky. I have it recorded.
Awesome. I'll have to look at that later.
Town guard, yeah, I see him way up there. He's walking, yeah, he's obviously not where he's supposed to be.
Awesome.
Up, here he comes. He's gonna walk over the ceiling. Or, over into the sky.
And actually, if you come over where I am right now, you'll see a texturing problem that they've got to fix. It's a texturing problem that's really prevalent in the homestead areas, where the textures are just not rendering on the sides of the buildings. If you look toward the jail, so you look kind of that way-ish, you'll see that all the sides of the building are white, just no texture whatsoever to them.
I see texture.
Oh, great. Maybe it's just my computer then.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, in any case, my camera's messed up.
Either that, or it could be your software.
Either way. Anyway, so over here you got the jail, but you've also got a couple like little park areas, like this little place.
I do remember a few years ago in Anarchy Online, they patched and they forgot to add the textures onto the unicorn guards.
Yeah.
And they were all, under the textures, bubblegum pink.
And nobody took them seriously ever again.
Nobody took them seriously before. It was just icing on the cake.
So, revamped jailhouse. And what's really awesome is that you've got doors you can actually interact with now.
Nice.
So you could actually, like, if you're doing an RP storyline, which one of the popular RP storylines in here is you've got the town watch, you've got a guild that's the town watch, and you've got a couple of guilds that are supposed to be criminal guilds.
Oh.
So you can actually, like, RP people being caught and put in jail and stuff. So that's kind of fun.
So I picked a fight with the other dwarf. So
And this still acts as the training hall for a number of the different classes. You've got the guardian trainer and the captain trainer over here yet. And then down here there's more space.
Yeah, I know.
Stuff and things.
I do like this.
The troll in me, and there is a small one, would want to make a tune, be sitting in there behind one of these things screaming Attica.
Attica. I really like it so far.
Got that reference? Good for you.
Yes, Randy, we're geeks.
No, that was to the audience.
So,
you know, there's at least somebody listening to this going, Attica?
Attica? What's that?
What are you talking about?
I don't get it.
Everyone else that's listening will be going, oh yeah.
Yeah. And they've got some additional crafting areas around. Like there's an oven here, there's a forge back that way, kind of back behind the stable over there.
Everything at the crafting hall.
Yeah.
It's nice. If they were closer to the bank auction house, it'd be even awesomer.
Just wait till we get to the crafting hall. You're gonna love it. Trust me.
We've got
so when you go,
Bill Fernie's house.
Okay, I've apparently lost you on the map.
Oh, I just went into the auction house.
Auction house.
Sorry, I'm over by Bill Fernie's.
Yeah, I kind of lost you because I was keeping an eye on the Aaron icon and.
I see.
Auction hall.
Yep. The auction hall is still where it was before. The interior has gotten a full revamp as well.
The entrance is in a different location.
Yeah.
Or went through the side entrance. Okay.
Hi.
Oh, wow.
It has one now.
Yeah. So, the auction hall looks more like an auction, first of all.
More like what you'd see, yeah.
Yeah. And, still got the mailboxes and stuff. And a little place to RP back in here. And if you go over here...
the side entrance, yeah.
Yep. And if you go over here, look, it's a Vault Keeper.
Oh, wow.
Bonus!
Yeah. So you've got a vault in the auction house and an auction in the vault.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus.
Very, very nice.
Yeah. They've really gone out of their way to make things convenient now, which is really nice.
Yep, they've made it. They know that Bree is the major hub for this game.
Right.
So they've made it so that you can look at that and go, isn't it convenient?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then you can kind of go up here. There's sort of a new little path back up this way.
Path was always there. They've remodeled it though.
Yeah, I mean
It's
it doesn't go where you think it goes.
It's not the same path it used to be, but there was always a way to get from where you're going to, from A to B here.
Oh, what about the cat lady house?
The cat lady house is still there. We can go over there.
Is it the same?
The interior of the cat lady house is the same. They've done some revamping on the Scholar's Stair. There's also a nice little park area in here.
Ooh, this
just
is
like
nice.
right there in the middle of town. This little park area. It's fun.
Great. Now they should have populated it slightly, but that could always be a later patch.
And sort of there's a random little porch back here with places to sit. So kind of little RP cubby hole back here. And another little yard over here.
Or as the devs see it, locations of future quests.
Right.
You see it as a place to RP. They see it as locations of future quests.
I do think they've been actually listening to the feedback that they've started to get from the RPers about wanting some place other than the Prancing Pony to RP. The one place they haven't really revamped yet is the Prancing Pony itself. The exterior has been revamped, but the interior is still the same.
Okay.
And apparently that's something that they are working on. So, Crafting Hall, you're gonna love this. You want to talk about convenience. I literally have characters that pretty much don't leave the Crafting Hall anymore. Because you have a Vault Keeper and an Auctioneer in the Crafting Hall.
Oh, that's
wow.
sexy.
Yeah,
that's
it is
sexy.
Nice. It's nice as hell.
And there's a mailbox. You've got everything you need right here.
Yep. And
Pretty
even
much
better, if you walk
the only thing that would be better is if they had a frickin' transport orb right here in the front entrance. I would never go into the rest of Bree.
Yeah. The other nice thing is that they do actually have, let's see, the oven. Is that a superior? No, the oven and the forge are regular, but if you go down here by the scholar, you actually have a superior study over here. So you don't actually have to try and have a high B tune that can go to Rivendell in order to use a superior study.
Yeah, however, I still have to go back to the Dwarf Lands to use the forge.
Yeah. For a while,
Mind you, they have kick-ass forges there, but yeah.
I thought the oven was going to be a superior, but I guess it wasn't. I'm remembering wrong about that, but yeah, the superior study is nice because, I mean, one of the big problems with the superior study being in Rivendell is that you have to be at least level 30 to be able to get there safely.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some people who just have tunes for nothing but crafting, so
yeah.
It was nice to get that added to Bree, because then you can, have a chance in hell of being able to get to it without dying.
That is one thing that I must admit about Rift, is that generally I can wander around high-level zones as long as I stick to the roads and not get killed.
Oh, and if you go over here by Second Watcher Heathshaw's house, you'll notice that there's a door that actually you can go into. They've actually moved the entrance to the mess hall.
Yeah, I was looking for that.
Oh.
Yeah. So the mess hall interior is still the same. They just moved where the entrance to it was.
That's
still a basic oven. I was wondering if they had moved the superior oven to the mess hall, but no.
Nope.
No, still basic ovens.
Yep.
The lighting seems a lot nicer, more realistic.
Yeah.
I think the graphics overall have gotten even better than they were. And they were already very good to begin with.
Yeah, they were. And then we move up here to the market square.
And another thing you've got over here is, this is where the entrance to the mess hall used to be. And the reason they had to move the mess hall...
Is this where all the trainers are now?
All class trainers are in here. There's class trainers for every single class.
If I remember correctly, they used to be scattered helter-skelter throughout the town.
Right, so there is a duplicate for trainers.
Alright.
As well as a duplicate bard, which is nice.
Oh, and the bard used to be in the Prancing Pony, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And there's still a bard in the Prancing Pony, it's just they've put things here for...
Wow, I actually had skills I could train.
Burglar trainer, that's hanging out in the back room here. Or back of the
that's
room.
what they do.
Sweet.
There, I took a moment and trained my skills. I don't think I gained anything new. I think I just upgraded a couple of skills I had.
Alright. And let's go back this way so we can hit up Scholar Stair real quick. So...
I do like
this is kind of a fun little yard back here. It's filled with flowers.
And the flowers move.
Yep, gently waving flowers.
Yep, but do they move as you walk through them?
No, the graphics aren't that good.
No, so if AO's new graphics engine comes out, and I do notice still use the term if, it will be a step above in things like that, because they've shown that the actual grass and weeds move as your character moves through them.
Nice. So you can actually get to the Scholar Stair archives in pretty much the same place here. This is the lower entrance. And go up. And the interior of this one is more or less the same. You still got the Hobby Master and the Lore Master trainer. Also the Runekeeper trainer is up here, and randomly I have a quest on the Hobby Master that I can do.
I actually have never been in here.
Yeah.
Because, well, I haven't had much in the way of... Wait, Hobby Master?
Yes, there is one hobby that you can do. It's fishing.
Yeah, I thought the only hobby was fishing.
Yeah. And they just added some people by the reflecting pool. Reflecting, I guess. And back up on the Scholar's Walk, they just got, people hanging out and stuff and things.
Yeah, whenever I have a parakeet like that, I have to resist the urge to jump.
Yeah. and just kind of people over here, and that just leads down to where we've already been. So I will run and take you over to the cat lady's house real quick.
Woohoo!
And if you haven't been to the cat lady's house, it's a treat to go into the cat lady's house, because it's just this random thing that they have hanging out. I guess it used to be part of a festival quest at some point, and they just decided to keep it. But here's a couple of just, tables just hanging out up here. And they've sort of turned the Scholar's Stair into a little slice of life for the town, because there's people doing laundry.
Yeah.
And further down you've got... Okay, so here you go. There's a door.
So the Scholar's Stair is now the washerwoman's way.
Pretty much. So you got a door with a cat outside of it. And you go in the door. And you find yourself in the cat lady's house. There's cats all over. And some of them are named, and I guess some of them are actually named after some of the devs' cats.
I don't know. Well, one of them's Sylvester.
Sylvester,
Horatio, Wink.
Olive, Horatio, and Wink.
I like
You can't
this
really
one.
interact with them. They're just...
I've noticed this.
Yeah.
And again, I've been playing too much Rift because I see things that labeled in yellow that are cats, or cats, rats, snakes, squirrels, bunnies, and I have the urge to do mass slaughter.
No!
Don't kill the kitties. They're cute.
I like the
So, yeah,
baby ones.
Yes,
It's just a house filled
artifact
with cats.
Wait, wrong game. Damn it.
Actually, Sarah,
It's just
the,
a house filled with cats.
the kittens will chase after your ankles. They do
Oh.
a little animation. It's kind of not a very good animation, but they'll circle around your ankles, kind of jerking
Cute.
around.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
And here's the other end of the Scholar's Stair. And it's sort of a
You mean the
marketplace.
washerwoman's walk.
And it's, kind of a marketplace down at this end.
Wow.
And back up in this corner, you still, of course, have the prancing pony. Medium.
Which, as you said, has not changed.
Yeah. The exterior of the prancing pony has changed, and there's just, a bit more landscape over this way. It's kind of fun. The exterior's changed, and I don't know if this is my own mind playing tricks on me, but it seems more like what I remember the description for the prancing pony to be.
That's your own mind
also-
playing tricks on you.
Yeah.
The entire
They also
town
got-
is more like how Bree is described. So, but I don't think the prancing pony is any more so.
They also got rid of the giant rock that was in the middle of the square here and replaced it with a stage.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a stage. It was just further down. They moved it up here.
I don't
But it
remember
did
there
not have
being a
benches.
stage.
It was just a stage.
No, there wasn't ever really a stage over here.
No, not here. It was like further down the way, Like-
Nope.
down past the crafting hall.
Oh, the one that was over by the jail. It wasn't really a stage. It was more of I wouldn't say a hangman's noose, but it was kind of some place where they would display the prisoners and stocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Not that. No. This was down by where you'd pick up your daily quests.
Well, in any case, this is you've kind of got a stable area for the pony now.
Cool.
Hello, by the way.
Hello. Hey, it's Matt.
Oh, wow. Matt is on.
Sorry, I was kind of dragged off into the snow.
And suddenly we have a Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hey, Matt, we are recording, and we're in Lotro and Bree right now.
So yeah, I overheard a little bit of that, yes.
So yeah, and then the interior of the prancing pony is still the same, so I won't bother taking you in there.
Yeah, I was going to say we
Yeah,
can
the
skip that.
Everything seems a lot more, just more worn and more visceral, I guess.
It looks more like how it was described in the books. The architecture is closer to the way it was described. It looks less rural and more middle town. or middle city in the case of what it would be here. I mean, Bree is pretty much the low end of city.
Mm-hmm.
It's too big to be a town, but not really, big enough compared to, like, the Minas Tirith or...
So right here is kind of busy right now. Because one of the things that you can do right now, and this is the last day of it, is the Winter Festival. That's on Lotro. So, actually, I think tomorrow might be the last day of it. It's through the 1st. And so if you go over here, you've got the second stable master just suddenly hanging out here.
Announcer.
Yeah, the
And
stable.
you can, yep.
Festival.
And you can get a free ride to Winterhome.
On an
Did I
invisible
take that, or
horse.
where the hell,
On a horse
the
that
hell
makes
is
you look like you're
Winterhome?
flying.
It's way to the north, dude. Way to the north.
You can only get to Winterhome through the special festival stables.
And
It's literally the only
we
way.
don't have horses.
Yep. You're not riding on a horse at all.
Yeah, the graphics seem to be a little bit glitchy for the horses recently. It's odd.
Yeah, something with the update. They'll fix it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like, they'll fix the floor outside the auction house.
God, Sarah and Randy are just hanging in the air behind each other. It's okay, I'm recording it.
Frostbluff.
Yep.
Yep.
So, welcome to Frostbluff.
Where
So
the
actually, you
hell
can-
is Frostbluff?
It's
Way to the north.
completely and entirely non-canonical. It's just, fun.
It's,
No,
it's,
no, I was
it's
just
in
trying
the
to see where it
mountains
was on the
somewhere,
map.
in the boonies.
But you've got, over here, you've got the 3 horses that you can get as part of the event. The Wintry Yule Steed is the new one for 2012. I believe the Snowy Steed and the Frosty Steed were from last year. So you go on into the little town here, and right away you find Guardkember, who can give you a quest.
Laggy.
And I read through this pretty quickly, and you notice that when you get your first quest in there, you get suddenly a little pop-up that says quest available Yule Festival daily. So go ahead and accept that one because you would like what you get. Yay!
The
And our
armored,
merry band joins to 4.
otherwise known as the armored beetle.
Alright.
Because he's a guardian hobbit.
Okay, so the next part of this quest is to visit Anake.
Oh yeah, you have the tour quest, which I don't have because that's a one-shot, so I can't do that one anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that's all that the guard keeper would give me.
Okay, so you might have to run through that real quick.
So my quest is a little time.
Speak with the mayor of town about festivities.
He's this way.
Now, like I said, I haven't played since a couple weeks.
You ran right past him, Randy.
He's over here, Ren.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah,
It's
the
out-
area's a little bit busy because it's the last day, and it's
Speak
a little
with
bit.
the
So it's a
mayor's
little
wife.
bit-
She's right here.
Ah. Couldn't see because there was too many bodies in the way. Speak with someone from Winterhome to continue your tour. Hello, Mabel.
Just talk to a bunch of people, yeah.
Speak with Cecil Voyer at the snowball field.
I'm just gonna follow Randy.
I'm gonna you go ahead and follow Randy. I'm gonna do my daily quests because yay reward.
Festival.
Yeah, now you know how I've been on Rift. Daily. Oddly enough, that one involves a snowball fight, too.
Bring some special festival Yule cheer to the beasts.
Oh, you're doing the empty keg emergency.
No. I gotta go outside and bring some special Yule cheer to the snow beasts.
Oh, that one, yeah. The abominable snowmen.
Go out there and scream them in the face. That'll annoy them to leave.
And now I gotta go back and speak to the Hobbit announcer about the theater event.
Oh yes, the theater.
I
The
love
theater,
the theater.
the theater.
The
What
theater that has been
is-
playing the same doofy little play for the past 3 years.
about Gandalf and whatever he's up to this year.
Yes, we must go to the theater and see the
Sorry,
play.
I have that whenever I have the stuff about the theater, I start quoting. I think that's from White Christmas.
Yeah, so they've got like a little storyline going on where the mayor of Winterhome has decided he wants to increase tourism in his town, and come hell or high water, he's going to make that happen. Mm-hmm. So he's basically shuffled the worker class of Winterhome off to a corner and basically just made them work their tails off in order to make the place look cheery and bright and how everybody's happy, and so that the people visiting town will have a fun time.
So in other words, he's a douche.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised he's not a hobbit.
It's not the Hobbit level of douchebaggery.
And if you've never done all of the quests in Winterhome before in a previous year, that you can actually kind of participate in that storyline, and you end up kind of choosing which side you want to be on. Do you want to be on the side of the workers, or do you want to be on the side of the rich folk? It's New Year's Eve. Half the world has the day off.
Not Pizza Hut, fortunately for me.
I wish there was a Pizza Hut near here. Have some real food today.
Wait at Anna K's.
Pizza Hut is real food.
Okay, how long do I have to wait?
The views expressed in this podcast do not reflect those of
everybody.
What?
What?
Never mind, you'll have to listen to the recording later, Randy.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to do biggest stomach of them all, because I know I will fail that one.
Oh yeah, I have tried that one so many times, and I just keep, failing it.
What's this? Huh? What? Huh?
I have to light up fireworks.
What do you have to do?
There's a quest chain that begins with Ona K.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an eating contest. And all of these little rows of tables have food on them, and you have to choose them and grab them. The problem is that the quest only comes up about every, I think, 10 minutes or so. So when it comes up, everybody swarms to it, and you have to get to the food before everybody else. So a lot of times you're left with the ones that take a lot of time to actually spawn through, and then you have to run to the next station and eat more. But because you're so weighted down with food, you can't. You have a speed debuff. It's like the in Ale Association and in League Tavern and in League initiation tests, but on a small scale.
This keg is heavy. Ew.
And you have to avoid the Watchers. It's funny.
Yes. Oh god.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose.
Yeah. Well, luckily you got, just by making it to the second station, you completed one of the quests in the train, so you did get something out of it.
Woohoo! I
Alright.
wins. I've amended the
so what
keg
does the mayor's
crisis.
wife do?
Yeah, that's another storyline with that. You have the people participating in the eating contest, and then you have to clean up afterwards.
I love the Hobbit over here that's face down in a pile of his own sick.
I know.
It's just like, oh, gross, man. You have to
I got a
clean...
screen capture of that last year.
Oh yes, unsightly spill, indeed. I'll just clean that up for you, sir.
You're right. Take care of the drunken hobbit.
At least he won't drown in his own vomit.
Right.
I like how you click on these things now and your character instantly kind of scoots up to them. You don't have to try to maneuver your character around.
Right.
That seems to be a little bit different now.
Alright,
I love how the most efficient way to do the empty keg emergency is to just jump over the wall with the big giant keg.
Totally
Like
won't
that
crush your foot.
Right. That Watcher down in the courtyard? No, I'm not going to deal with him. I'm just going to jump over a wall.
Crunch. Ah, my shin.
Where's the servant's oven?
It's up the stairs here.
Following the Hobbit. Alright. Anyone would know where an oven is, it would be a Hobbit.
Yeah.
Arty, har har.
I'm going to go and harass some chickens for a bit.
Oh wait, I'm
You have to
following.
get
Oh, here's the oven.
Chicken harasser. Oh yes, there is an elite boss up there too. The abominable snowman.
Oh yeah, those are the ones you have to bring cheer to.
Here we
I take it that's bring cheer to with a large axe.
Actually no. That's a quest where you have to use an emote. You have to use the /cheer emote. And they just sort of get up and then wander away.
Yeah. Christmas, up you.
And Randy's little heart is breaking.
No, that's the snowmen. Yeah. Christmas, F you.
Bah humbug.
Stomp. Bah humbug.
Coops.
So where are the that top hat and scarf?
Chicken coops.
Sarah?
I'm gonna let you find him.
Oh, I found the top hat.
Oh.
I had to look for the mittens. You can find the scarf.
I'm sorry, the only scarf I know where to look for is on a coat rack in the front corner of the TARDIS.
I am one-shotting the
Are they all
grocery.
outdoors?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't need to go into any building to look for that. At least helps.
I do like once you get up to defeating the grouchy trees and the wintry weathers, they have changed. They have a thing now called open tapping, where you just automatically loot them, rather than having to click on the corpses and loot them. And also you can essentially communally get any quest items pretty easy.
Yeah, I like that.
So it's kind of following the road of Rift and Guild Wars 2, where
Secret World.
And Secret World.
Yeah, that seems to be the new revolution, which is a good one in my opinion.
Yeah.
No competing for quest items.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's one of my guildies up here. Hello, Coraline.
I can't find the damn scarf. I've walked around the city twice. I can't find the bloody scarf. I'm by the theater. I still see no scarf. Scarf! There you are.
Haha, you found it. See, I knew you would.
And now I need an acorn.
I found one. Acorn away!
Just give me the approximate location I'm going to find those.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, no, you just walk up and you can find them. They're generally around kind of by the snowmen.
Okay.
Just off the snowman, yes.
Yeah, just off and around, like maybe slightly out into the forest a little bit, but not too far away.
Not shooting.
I see someone pickpocketing NPCs.
Yep, that's one of the quests.
Yep.
That's one that you do for one of the workers. Is basically.
Where's the third station?
Yeah, you set off the
this
fireworks, and then you run downstairs to the dancing people, and you pick their pockets.
You know, when I did the bar one in the Shire, at that point, at the very least, I was able to. It gave me a nice waypoint marker that I was able to stagger my way towards.
Yeah.
Even though I was, totally tanked.
And your screen was jumping all around.
Mm-hmm. And you were making weird noises. And according to the thing, wondering where your pants went.
Yeah. I love how the icon on that one is a little for the status on that one that appears in your stat bar is it's a crying panda. So you're a sad panda.
I'm building a classy snowman. There
Really?
we go.
I'll get garbage out here.
He's so smart looking.
And actually, if you build all of the snowmans, you get a title called Gatherer of Cool Company.
Oh god.
Yeah, if
That's
you build
awesome.
one of each of them, which I did last year, so on Megalodon. So I've got that one on Megalodon.
Well, I'll have to wait a year because I think you can only do that one a day, can't you?
I think it's 10 hours.
Even so.
Yeah. So at this point there's no way to do it in time. Even if it's still going on tomorrow, which I believe it is.
Well, I could, but I would have to. How many snowmen are there?
Let me look at the deed real quick. There's 5 of them.
Oh yeah, have to steal a keg from the servants.
That's a
I'm not
keg
sure if it's
emergency.
stealing it from. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's stealing it from the servants or getting it out to where the servants can actually use it.
Empty keg emergency.
Yeah, I found a floating bush.
Where are the kegs?
They're up by the
Over by the
servants.
oven.
There. Yep. Watch this guy. Hang on.
All right.
Alright, now go.
He's out of sight. Now I'm going to book it with the keg.
There's one down here. Alright. Book it down. Book it down.
Yeah, just come right
Go,
up and over
go,
the wall.
Run. Run.
Right here, right
Whee!
here.
Run down.
This way, this way, this way.
This way,
No,
this way.
Randy.
I can't see where you're seeing.
Over here, Randy. Whoop.
You're
Right
not
here.
making a lot of sense to me.
Green markers this way. So you gotta talk to this guy.
I'm trying to talk to him. He's not saying anything.
You should be able to just come close
Says
to
you have amended the empty keg crisis.
Yeah,
Okay,
your cake
yeah,
should
there
disappear
you go.
eventually.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen it stick around that long though. That's weird.
Yeah.
It still says I'm carrying a keg.
What in the
Pass in
heck?
front
Are-
of him.
You can see your keg.
Pass in
Were
front
you
of
able
him.
to-
Pass close as you can to him.
Were you able to finish
Friend,
out the
come over
quest?
here.
It says it's done.
What in the
Randy, you have something on your hand.
heck? And I'm suddenly reminded of God.
Yeah, he actually fights like this, so he's forgotten it's there.
And you just were right next to the Watcher, and it still didn't despawn. That's awesome, dude.
And I thought the Orc Orin in my D&D group was a little bit heavy of the drinker.
See, it should
Yeah,
disappear.
but I
Oh,
don't
there it
think
went.
that big.
I had to wait for it to expire.
Yep,
Wow.
that
we
was
have caught
awesome.
a glitch on film, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, we caught it on film.
There we go. I finished empty keg emergency.
What my tune is running around in is actually one of the quest rewards that you get for siding with the workers. And the fun thing about that is that you don't actually get that reward right away. When you first get the reward, it's basically like a tattered set of clothing, and it's just cosmetics. And then I think it's like 2 months later, suddenly a new quest pops up. You get like some mail and you get a new quest with that piece of mail that says, "Hey, we've had some good news around here, and we want you to share in it." And then you get the shiny, pretty new cosmetics, which is what I'm wearing now.
How can you tell where your tokens are? Are they inventory spawned?
If you hit the B key on your keyboard, you'll bring up the wallet.
Okay. I've got 16 of them already.
Yeah, like I just burned through all the quests and I have 44. And you actually get 2 gold festival tokens for completing the first tier of the more the merrier.
I take it that you could take every tune on your account through this.
Yep.
Yep.
I could see people spending all day.
Yeah, especially those of us with 8 characters. Yeah.
That's what I was referring to.
And I
Someone has
just
a
saw
pink
somebody.
horse?
Yeah, that's gonna be one of the new war steeds.
Oh.
The nice thing about the new war steed thing is that you can actually spawn those as your mount on the rest of the landscape, and you can actually customize the look of your war steed. So that's somebody who had gotten the all of the cosmetic pieces for the new horse that's out for the festival here, and then dyed it pink.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sorry.
Interesting.
The Wintry
And you can
Yule
actually-
pony, right?
And you can actually change the colors, so you can see what it'll look like in different
Yeah,
colors.
Wintry Yule steed. That would be 80 tokens and a golden festival token.
And the golden
I'll
festival
have to
token
get
you
that.
get.
Not likely.
Actually, that's not too hard to do because the golden festival tokens you actually get 2 of them for completing the first tier of the deed, more the merrier, which is pretty easy to do. Let me just look up exactly how many you needed to do real quick here. Oops. Recent social.
Still can't find those damn chickens.
Yeah, you only have to do 20 quests in Frostbluff to get the first tier of the more the merrier, and you just automatically get two golden festival tokens. I've actually
like that.
used them.
Yeah, the problem is it ends today.
No, tomorrow. You still have another day yet.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna pick up this here.
And also, don't discount the random item generators, the 4 gift boxes. You can actually get some pretty nice stuff off of them. I've gotten some cosmetics, like the Mariner's Hauberk and the Forester's Hauberk.
Alright, so new quest, the Frostbluff Theater.
Okay, I think everybody's ready to do the theater then.
Okay.
The theater.
The
The
theater.
theater. Alright, in we go.
Woo, hang on.
Hopefully we're not coming in the middle of it.
I got run over.
Oh no!
Whee!
Now we're coming in just as
Alright.
it's starting up.
Are we coming in just as it's starting?
Alright.
What if
Counts,
we
like-
we actually have an opportunity for one of us to one or some of us to get chosen.
Flower petals and rotten tomatoes. Ready?
Okay, so I've purchased rotten fruit and tomatoes.
Yep. Come on up here. So the way this one works is that you based on the performance of the players who got randomly selected to be a part of the performance, which is they're just emoting, they're just doing emotes. You either throw rotten fruit at them or throw flower petals at them, and the system will cue you on which one to do. And I have watched this play so many times in pursuit of those deeds.
I don't have any fruit or flowers. I thought I picked them up.
Oh no!
You gotta go buy them. They're in the concessions.
In 3 years of the Frostbluff Theater being in existence, they have not changed the play at all. Grinding the deed becomes really tedious.
I'd like to remind you that throwing the rotten fruit is strictly prohibited.
It works real well, doesn't it?
There we go. I'm so used to hitting B.
A good way to do this one is to just go ahead and put those into some of your hotkeys.
Already did.
Yeah.
Would you like a tomato? I got a tomato for you.
Where are these in my... There we go.
Oh shoot! I got chosen. I better be ready to emote.
Uh-oh.
I'm ready with the rotten fruit.
Yeah. Oh hey, I'm the villain. I get to play evil Gandalf. And let's see. Githra Stone Kicker is our party goer, and Tierna Fairchild is the protagonist or Bilbo. I wish I could get some screenshots of what's going on back here, because there's sort of like this little backstage area that you spawn into.
Oh, we can go back there afterwards.
Actually, no, you can't unless you get chosen for it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Awesome.
Catapults at the
I
ready,
have to
sir.
stop playing with my Legos and actually pay attention.
Well, please give me an excuse to pelt you with rotten fruit.
No!
Catapults is ready, Captain.
Oh, you know what's funny is that both of the people playing the hobbits in the play are actually short people. One of them's a dwarf. Yeah, one of them's a dwarf, but the party goer is a hobbit.
No. I'm looking at. There's two apparently NPCs called Statdor and Waldo.
Yep.
Statdor Proudpore says, "I heard the protagonist is a really icy personality." Oh, really? That's surprising. Why is that? Because her acting's always lukewarm. Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, there they are up there in the balcony.
What? Seriously?
Yeah, turn around.
Oh, I
Look
see
up.
them. Oh, my Lord.
I have to see this. Yes, they are.
They are up in the they're up in the balcony. Of course they are. Where else would they be?
I know. It's just awesome.
Oh, wow.
They couldn't call them Statler and Waldorf, but darn close.
All right,
I can't
here we
get up
go.
I think they're both hobbits.
What?
Yep, the play's about to start.
Here is a hobbit. This is the Hobbit Theater.
So whenever you're actually one of the actors, you have to do an emote, but you have to do it at the audience. So you have to have the audience selected. Hello, everybody. And we'll go through the thing. Why, the postman has just delivered your invitation. So, now it's flower petals.
Yay.
I think I missed her.
Well, you'll have another chance.
Oh, I can't
Sight
do them.
evil.
I ran out of flower petals.
Oh no.
Apparently I only had one. What?
Oh.
Oh well. Thought I picked up a whole pack.
No, they only sell them singles.
I mean,
Sorry, I have a cold.
Oh, get fruit ready.
Ooh!
Fruit.
Yeah, I missed that one too because I couldn't figure out where the heck they were.
yep.
It's one of the players up on stage.
Yeah, I know. I clicked the wrong one because I can't tell their names because everything up there is a big blur of names.
Yeah, that's a kind of a bit of a problem. You can actually, if you hit the N key on your keyboard, the names will go away.
Yeah, but then you can't tell who's who anyway.
Yeah, I've got the floaty names off, but it does have the little masks over the people playing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And so the party continued. So it's this little thing about what the hobbits think happened to Bilbo after he left for Rivendell for the last time.
Oh, no flowers.
I'm out. Yep.
Oh, wait,
Got
no,
one
I
left.
do have some. can't use them inside the Frostbluff Theater?
Oh yeah, the ones that you get for doing this quest, you actually can't use inside the theater.
Oh, lame.
Yeah, you have to get the special ones that are sold inside the theater.
Oh, okay. Oh well.
Yeah.
There's always next year.
Yep.
Aha.
Haha! Catapults is ready! Splat, splat, splat.
Splat, 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 splat. She fell over.
Well, why else would you come to this?
Arg. There goes my last flower. +4 festival tokens. Fire!
Catapults away!
Well, how do you get the bags of flour and festival tokens? Is it for doing X amount of those?
Yeah, there's a deed that you can get.
Okay.
That it's for doing for X amount of those. Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh.
I don't have any more flowers.
And so our tale comes to an end.
Yeah. So basically, all the hobbits in the Shire think that Gandalf and the dwarves killed Bilbo in order to take his fortune during the party. Bye.
Very weird for a Yule performance.
Hobbits, they're odd folk.
And not much for changing things. Hello, stranger, managed to come out from behind the curtain. Oh, never mind. Pop.
And then you respawn back over here, and you still get to increment the other quests that you got before coming into the theater too. So
you attend yeah.
Right. It's like, oh, I attended, all right.
I attended.
I was in it.
And I never want to be in it again. Now I have to wash the fruit out of my clothes.
Well, not me.
No, they didn't throw it at me. They threw it at the guy next to me. It's called splatter effect. It's like why you don't want to attend a Gallagher showing.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, what are our final impressions of the holiday festival? Since I think we've already recorded about an hour's worth of footage.
Just for one game.
It's nice.
I still enjoy it.
It's definitely the most involved of their festivals thus far. They may be, changing some of the other festivals later on, but this is definitely their big one for the year.
I really like it. I especially like when I first did the theater thing last year. I'd never seen that done in an MMO, where you just pluck the players and have them do something that interactive.
And what's really cool is that you actually get titles for doing that too. Like I just got an item called a title writ that gives me a title called Star of the Show.
Yeah, and I think there's
because
you went
through it and you went through it without making any mistakes.
Something. I'm not sure what exactly that gets you, but how you get exactly what the criteria is for getting it. It may just be being chosen to be in the performance.
I think there's one for actually getting in there. I think there's another one for actually doing it all right, and I think there's another one for getting them all wrong.
Yeah, there's another one for getting them all wrong, and there's another one for being all three parts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah. And basically the only way to get that is just hang out in the theater a million times until you get chosen enough times to get all of them.
Yeah. It's I don't know.
Last year when I was collecting the titles, I just hung around in there, so I watched the play about a million times. And I finally was just up there, and I just yelled out, throw fruit at me! I am a god of fail! And people obliged.
Awesome.
I wanted with the title because it's like laughing stock. I think it is. I haven't used it. I just wanted it.
Throw fruit at me. I am the god of fail.
It's only in a game like I don't know. It's only in a game. How about our favorite MMO and our most disappointed in MMO?
Okay.
And try to keep it civil.
Well, here's another side question. Disappointed in as in the game or the company?
The game. The game, not the company.
It's a game thing, not a company thing.
All
We
right.
know what you would pick for a company.
Oh, hell yes. Everyone would
Yeah.
know that if they've been listening.
Alright, so since we'd probably kill ourselves trying to play 10 MMOs all at once.
Yeah. I have been locked in this chair all year.
Alright. Who goes first?
Who wants to go first?
I guess I can.
Okay.
Obviously my favorite MMO is Lotro. I love Lotro. I love the RPing. I love it. I think it will pretty much always be my favorite. As far as most disappointed in, about the only one I could really say would be DC Universe Online. I tried playing that on a friend's computer, and I could not even make the controls work right.
Yeah, DCUO takes a little bit of work. It's really designed. It uses an FPS engine to be an MMO, so it takes a lot of adjustment.
Yeah, and so that was kind of disappointing. Even though I've heard of plenty of people who say, "Oh yeah, the stories are great," and all that, and I'm
The
like,
voice
"Great."
acting's wonderful.
Yeah. It's like great. That's fantastic. If I could play it, but
yeah, pretty much.
that was kind of a bit of a disappointment.
That, and actually, I would argue that the plots aren't that strong. You are essentially a sidekick the entire game.
That's sad, man.
Yeah. So I
Well, you're
kind of
not really a sidekick, but you are working as basically, one of the epic heroes is your main contact and instructs you to go do this, go do that, but you're mostly on your own or with a group.
So that was my kind of big disappointment because that one got hyped up a lot, and it was just sort of, well, I can't even play it, so whatever. So that's my favorite and least favorite of the year.
Okay. Who's next?
Okay, well, I will go next, I guess.
Okay.
My favorite game of the year, I guess, was one that I was really trying to get leveled up in, and then they shut it down, so that would have to be City of Heroes. Even though I didn't play it, it's really the one thing that I really regret not spending more time in, not actually trying to get stuff done in that game. Like, if Lotro shuts down now, I would be very sad, but I'd feel like I had gotten my money's worth out of playing it. City of Heroes, on the other hand, I piled a lot of money into that game, and I didn't play it enough figuring that it was going to be around forever, and of course it wasn't. So, yeah, so, and then as for most disappointed in, well, I guess other than All Points Bulletin, I would have to say DDO, actually, D&D Online.
Which is made by the same company that makes Lotro.
Lotro, yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly Persistence World. It doesn't feel very explorable, and it's really kind of a bunch of dungeon grinding quests. It feels like D&D Encounters made into an MMO, essentially. Or what some people would probably say, 4th edition made into an MMO.
Yeah, which is
Fourth
kind
edition
of hilarious.
MMO on paper.
Yeah,
So
which is kind of hilarious considering it was...
Get back to where it's supposed to be.
That's kind of hilarious that you'd say that because it was actually released during the 3.5 era as a tie-in for Eberron because it's supposed to be set in Eberron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Eberron
does not thrill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my basic issue with
That is probably the biggest complaint I hear all the time for DDO.
Yeah, that's why I've never
Eberron.
played DDO is because Eberron is... I hear you can get to the realms now, so if I ever actually play DDO...
Yeah, the realms is only a small little snippet of the realms.
Oh, suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bored with
anytime soon. Then
I was bored with the location. I was bored with the missions. I was bored with the story. I was bored with the characters. Nothing.
As much as I want to say, I don't think Neverwinter is not going to be any good. At the same time, it's got to be a little more advanced than DDO. I mean,
I might wait. I might play Neverwinter when it comes out because I'm
DDO as itself is okay in my book. I can grind through it, but
it does feel very grindy, and nothing caught my... Except for maybe a little bit of the puzzles at the end of each dungeon. There would be like a little slider puzzle. But even that, got kind of boring after a while. And, yeah. So those are mine.
Alright.
Matt, what is yours?
Oh, I desperately miss Sea of Heroes. With that gone, actually, I'm still contemplating what my favorite.
It's City of Heroes was active for a good chunk of 2012.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying though that I am still at a loss for what its technical replacement is going to be because I'm playing Champions, and don't get me wrong, Champions is pretty good, but it's
no City of Heroes.
COH at all. But the most disappointing. I've played more MMOs than probably all of the people here right now. Mech Warrior is extremely disappointing.
Really?
For a game series that is based around making you feel like you really are in a freaking giant robot, Mech Warrior Online sucks. Sucks so hard.
How can you mess up running around in a giant robot? Really?
First of all, you pick the same 5 to 6 locations.
Oh, it's just a grind fest of the same thing over and over.
There's just team fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
It's literally just team fighting. I played Hawken. I prefer Hawken. Because at least Hawken, when you're like looking at your mechs and trying to figure out what you're going to do and stuff, they actually have it in game. Whereas Mech Warrior has this weird little window that never wants to fit your screen.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Mech Warrior Online is suffering from a severe lack of thing called a plot.
And even without a plot, Mech Warrior doesn't feel like Mech Warrior. It's a Twitch shooter. Mech Warrior is not about being a Twitch shooter. It's about the simulation of being in a mech.
I would have to disagree with you there, Matt. I've played the original Mech Warrior games.
And I have too.
Mech Warrior and Mech Warrior 2.
So cumbersome, and you get a sense of scale. You don't get this at all in the new game, in Mech Warrior Online. None of it. You get none of the Mech Warrior feel at all in this game. It just feels like a Twitch shooter.
It's FPS with giant robots?
Yes.
Oh,
and
awesome.
Even Hawken, which was intended to be like that, I still get much more enjoyment just for the fact that there's a lot more to do.
Yeah, it really sounds... Well, mind you, and I will state this, Mech Warrior Online is still technically in beta.
And so is Hawken.
It's in open beta. I never, ever like to review a game based on its beta.
Neither do I, but the fact that they changed the speed of the mechs to way too fast and made the atlases brittle as all hell. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, atlases are the big clunkers that have armor that even for a mech is like a tank, and they move extremely slow.
The mech ranges in Mech Warrior goes from, I think, 10 tons to 100-ton mechs. Atlas is one of the 100-ton mechs. It's the big-ass son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, these are the guys that if you're a noob and you stand there trying to fire at it, it won't take any damage hardly at all, and it'll just walk up to you and literally punch your head off.
Biff.
Boy, am I glad I didn't spend money on the pre-reg
I've
for
literally
that.
seen them lose both arms to the smallest mech in the game.
Alright.
I think somebody just threw a snowball at me.
Randy, what was your favorite MMO of the year?
Well,
And what was your most disappointing?
This is mostly based on my Ooh Shiny levels. As much as I would like to say it was City of Heroes, I would have to throw that ball at the Secret World for the best MMO I've played this year. Just for the sheer level of immersion it had. The craploads of Lovecraftian references in there. The Secret World really helped me get through a good chunk of the bad time. After I heard that City of Heroes was shutting down. And it was basically a very good escape, so that gets my vote for best MMO this year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up there on the list for me too, but it's
That would be
also up there for a couple others.
After by Rift, which I've been really enjoying since our last cast.
I'm just kind of waiting to see how the MMOs all go and see which one really stands out for me yet.
Most disappointing. That's a hard one because generally if I know an MMO is going to be bad, I don't play it. So there's not really anything I'm thoroughly disappointed in. Although administratively, I'm of course disappointed in NCSoft for their decision. I'm also not very happy with Funcom at the moment, but that's more of a technical support issue. Most disappointed in, I would probably have to say Anarchy Online.
Okay.
Because it's been a year and they haven't done anything, really.
Ah, sad.
They revamped the login screen.
They revamped the login screen, but that's it.
I've seen that they've added the new faces to the character creation.
They're prepping for a server merge. And, of course, they've been giving us news of the new engine, but that's it.
Then again, some of the news is that we're really close to being ready for it.
Yes.
They have at least provided screen captures.
Yes, but news they're getting ready for it isn't releasing it.
Yes,
Our
but it
news
means that
is
they're getting ready for it,
when the new
which means that it's nearly done.
Back in 2006, they thought they were going to have it within 2 years.
And things always change, dude.
2009, when asked when the engine was coming out, they said, "Oh, don't worry, it'll be out before Duke Nukem Forever."
2011. Oh.
And Duke Nukem Forever came out this year or last year?
Last year, 2011.
So we are now bordering on becoming 2 years past Duke Nukem Forever, and we're still without a beta even on the new graphics engine.
There are some people that aren't going to be, they've been saying that they won't be convinced of the graphics engine even if it does get released because it'll already be way outdated.
That's always a possibility. I will not be convinced on the existence of the graphics engine until they release it. Until that's vaporware.
Yeah.
But the reason my disappointment is in the holiday events this year. AO traditionally has put their heart and soul into their anniversary, Halloween, and Christmas events.
Halloween was alright, I remember.
Halloween was okay. It was.
It did better than.
So there wasn't. I mean, I went and I killed some stuff. I looked around. And I said, okay, there's a couple of nice items, but nothing really good.
It did better than Secret World, to be honest.
Christmas, from what I've seen, was a huge disappointment for me. They made a change in Anarchy Online. I say we don't even cover Anarchy Online, guys. They made a change.
We can still actually
discuss
show
it, but we don't
people.
have to go there. They made a change that prior to this, mobs that dropped the Christmas decoration items were able to be found in the fields, much like the Halloween stuff was. They changed it now so those mobs are spawning in the cities, which on paper would look nice, except that means that there's hardly the numbers needed to actually farm up the items. They don't respawn fast enough. Aaron and I went killing in Old Athen because neutrals didn't have a city they were spawning in. And I think we found all the holiday mobs in the southwestern corner of the city, had them all killed in about 2 minutes, and when we logged out, they hadn't respawned yet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition, one festival, their one holiday festival mission ends in a gigantic alien boss fight, which last year the only character I had that was able to survive that fight was my 150 fixer, because he had grid armor. My 200 MA was splatted like he was nothing. It's really meant to be done as a group. So, team or fail, I don't like that for a seasonal event.
Especially not for Anarchy Online, where there's so few people playing it anyway.
Yes. Forcing the remaining people to team up to do stuff, not the best ideas. Really going to put the effort into the game, just put a gun to its head and put it out of its misery, please. And I'm saying this being a person that loves AO, but there's a difference between the game in its pride and it crawling along, barely alive, and it's becoming just painful to watch.
Sad Panda.
Yeah.
Because that was the MMO that you guys finally got me to start playing MMOs on.
Oh my god, I think someone has the wooden horse that was selling for $50 in the market.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the hobby horse, yeah.
Now, as for holiday events, this is probably the better one, or at least close. Yeah, I would say this one is better than Rifts. Not by a lot, but it's better than Rifts. Mostly because a couple of the side effects of the Rift ones is causing fail. Like broken Rifts. Anyway. However, it is still only the second best Christmas event I've seen. The the place that wins is City of Heroes. Was City of Heroes. Because not only did you have the runaround on any city map collecting the presents, occasionally would spawn a gigantic zone event where you'd have to fight the Winter Lord, which would, unlock a present where you'd have to go into the Lord of Winter's domain and, do a massive team-up fight there. Which was optional, so it wasn't like it's, team or fail there. And, also, City of Heroes could handle the population. But in addition, you also had the ski chalet and the skiing events and the little individual missions there to go save Baby New Year or to fight the Lady of Frost. There was just so much Christmas when Christmas time came around on City of Heroes. The entire game almost seemed to revolve around it. I think there were also going to be some Christmas tips this year and some Christmas stuff that never got implemented because, of course, the game shut down.
Sad.
But, yeah, it was, Christmas City of Heroes was epically awesome. And while this comes close, it's still not to the level that City of Heroes had for just sheer Christmas events and variety of.
I'm going to go ahead and just disagree. I think this is probably, out of all the games I've played, this is probably the best Christmas event or winter festival event that I've seen. I have played a little bit of the City of Heroes one, and I wasn't too impressed with it, but then I never really got to fight Winter Lord or anything like that.
Well, the thing about that one is that each zone, of course, had presents, that were all over the place.
Yeah, I remember.
When enough presents had been clicked, the Winter Lord would spawn in that zone.
Yeah, I remember seeing him.
It was one of those where, everybody would go looking for him and everyone would team up and take him down, and then there would spawn a ginormous present. Basically what would happen is there'd be a countdown, and within, 5 seconds of the present opening, you could click on it and you would be summoned to a special zone that was the Winter Lord's domain. And it was an epically huge fight because it could take him down so far, and then he would spawn a sub-monster you would have to take down, and then you could hit him down some further. It was, almost a stage effect.
Yeah, I saw the Winter Lord like wandering around. There wasn't anyone fighting him though in the zone that I was in.
Winter Lord and not the Lord of Winter. Yeah. The thing is, like most of those events, after the first week, people didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
That, it's like oversaturation, then ignoring. And then hurry again when they announced that the event would be closing.
I do remember playing the Valentine's one where we fight the gnome.
Pocket D DJ, yeah.
Yeah. That one was a lot of fun.
But the ski chalet, first of all, it's a great RP location, the ski chalet. And then there was like 3 or 4 different missions, holiday-themed missions you could get from the ski chalet. Not to mention the actual thrill of the actual skiing itself. Although when Ninja Run came out, that made it a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, I really loved the ski chalet. That was fun to slide around on the ice.
And that was part of the City of Heroes winter event. The only other time it was ever opened, or it was supposed to be ever opened, was on the day of the City of Heroes anniversary, which they just did as a, tip of the hat.
Well, might be back with some other winter events, but if we're not, then this will be probably the season finale until we start up for the second season of Lounge Leets. Anyone want to add anything else at all?
Let us not go to Mech Warrior, please.
Apparently, he's very, very opinionated about Mech Warrior.
I will wait and see
what it's like after release. And then we can discuss it.
Okay.
I can only pray they fix it. Please.
It's in beta. Like I said, I never judge a game based on beta. If you judge the game based on beta, none of us would have ever gone to the Secret World.
Yes, but I have to again retort that there's not the only mecha game on beta that's out right now, and Hawken is kicking its ass.
It doesn't matter, Matt. It's still in beta, which means they're still tweaking things. It means that the game could substantially change in the next patch.
The same could be said for Hawken, but...
Yes, I'm not saying that. I'm not arguing with you on that. But I'm saying, don't say, it's going to constantly suck until it's released.
Good grief, do we have to separate you two?
Oh, yeah.
This is nothing. You should hear me on one of my other podcasts.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I hear you at gaming.
Yeah, but mind you, one of the guys on the Doctor Who podcast I do is of a complete opposite opinion of me on everything. Those podcasts frequently become Siskel and Ebert.
Alright, so I guess that's it for recording for Lotro's winter event. We'll see everyone for the next episode.
Yeah, my tears dry.